I'm 44 years old. I'm married for the past 14 years to Magna Aguirre. We are both full-time pastoral workers. We are assigned here at the Corpus Christi Global Mission Center at the heart of Quezon City here in Cubao. I'm tasked to be a trainer. Okay, so I do training modules, okay, for all of our CX brethren, both membership and the leadership. And most of all, I also come up with training modules for our lay missionaries that are sent both local and for foreign areas. I remember one summer day back in the late 1990s. My mom called me kasi nasulbla ako ng bahay, I'm watching TV. And then when my mom called me, I just saw some young people in our terrace. And then when I came out, sabi ng mami ko, gusto mo sumama ng youth camp. Sabi ko, ano yung youth camp na yan? Sabi niya, basta. So yung mga bata, nagsabi na, ito po, galing po ito ng mga kabataan. Sabi ko, okay, sige. Kasi may nakita kasi akong magandang babae dun sa grupo ng mga punta sa basa. Kung sige ako, punta ako, bakit hindi? And that's the starting point of this great adventure. Surprisingly, I became active in this religious group through Youth for Christ. And then 3 years after, when I finished college, I got two of my friends became really active, and they went to Baguio, Benguet to do long-term mission. And sabi ko, gusto ko rin yung ginagawa nila. So during one of their trips, sumama ko sa kanila, and then I got to see the wider, the deeper sense of what Youth for Christ then and Corpus Christ as a community is doing. So from there, lalong lumalim, nagkaroon lalong desire na magsilbi sa Panginoon. Kaya in 1999, I asked one of the full-time pastoral workers then based here in Manila that I want to also become a lay missionary, a full-time pastoral worker for Youth for Christ. Right now, I'm very, very much happy that I'm honored and I'm very much privileged to have this opportunity to train lay missionaries, because I was once a lay missionary being sent outside of the Philippines to Africa. That time, it really changed my life. Hindi lang para puro Pilipino ang nakatira sa mundo. Meron din palang mga Afrikano. Meron din palang mga tao na iba ang kulay. May mga tao din pala na ibang pananalita. Pero isa lang din ang common denominator natin. Kahit anong kulay, kahit saan man ang galing, kung ano man ang salita, isa lang, meron lang din silang pare-parehong uhaw sa Panginoon. And that's what I've realized in doing mission. When I came back here in the Philippines, I was traveling all over the country, doing pastoral work for the youth organization that's Youth for Christ. And then eventually, years after that, I got married to Maan, and then we started to do mission together. And then we also had the chance to live in Kalinga, up north of Manila. We lived in Kalinga province for almost 3 years. Not just helping strengthen Corpus Christi in that province, but also giving our best to collaborate with the church, with the local church in the Apostolic Vicariate of Tamuk. Hindi naman importante talaga yung instrumento. Mas importante yung gumagamit ng instrumento. Kaya nagpapagamit ako. I mean, through that imagery, I realized na kaya ko pala. Nakakayanin ko pala. Yun yung first, going beyond myself. But second, yung sense na na-imbibe sa akin na to always give my best shot. Yung huwag ka dapat mag-settle into mediocrity. To always think and to always pursue excellence. Because God, the one that we serve, and the one who owns what we do, deserves our excellence. Ano pa ba ang pwede ko pang ibigay? Ano pa ba ang mga bagay para mas lalo kong maging useful sa ginagawa ko? Ano yung mga bagay na dapat kong gawin para mas lalo kong maging relevant sa ginagawa ko? And it so happened that Corpus Christi then started to send its full-time workers to study theology, to take a master's program in theology at the San Carlos Major Seminary, Graduate School of Theology, under the Archdiocese of Manila. And I was so very honored and privileged to be part of the group na pinag-aral ng CFC to take up Masters in Theology. Ang isang bagay siguro na blessing siguro yung aside na makapagtapos po ako ng MA, ng Masters in Theology, nabigyan po ako ng pagkakataon sa awa ng Diyos at sa pagmamahal ng Panginoon na makapagtapos po with Latin Honors, nakapagtapos po ako ng being a Magna Cum Laude. In the graduating batch, nakasama po mga seminarista, ako lang po, ang isang laiko ang nakapagtapos po ng ganong honor. Average student lang po ako. Mabuti na lang nung college, merong guidelines sa school na kahit na nakapag-excess ka, nakapag-go beyond the limit ka ng expected number of failures, hindi ka ma-kick out kasi excessive na po talaga yung failures ko. So sobrang daming failures nung nag-apply ako sa isang bangko, nung in-interview ako ng isang bank employee, binibilugan niya yung sa TOR ko, yung mga grades ko na bagsak. Sobrang dami talaga, ang daming beses binibilugan. Tapos after ng interview, sabi niya sa akin, sige po, tatawagan na lang po namin kayo. Sawa po ng Diyos, kahit po hanggang kanina, hindi pa po siya tumatawag. So, ganun po yung aking background. Kilala kong sarili ko, I'm just an average student, but I know because of God's grace, and only because of God's grace and God's blessing, nakayanan ko. Nakayanan ko dahil sa Kanya. At hindi po dahil kasi sa kakakayanan ko. Excited ako na i-apply kung ano man natutunan ko in what we do in Corpus Christ, and in that way, we can contribute more as a lay organization, not just to the Philippine Church, but to the Universal Church. Kaya doon ako excited. Napaka-excited ako sa mga bagay na pwede pang mag-open. Ang isang bagay na natutunan ko sa mission ng Corpus Christ and being a full-time pastoral worker of Corpus Christ is to always acknowledge the importance of where God is calling me to be. What God is calling me to accomplish. Yun yung primordial, yun yung fundamental, yun ang essential. Kaya doon ako lagi bumabalik. I opted to stay here in what we do in Corpus Christi because I know deep in my heart that this is where God is calling me to stay. This is what where God wants me to be. This is what God wants me to accomplish for now. I don't know what's in store in the future, but I'm very sure that right now at the very present time and place is where God is calling me. Paano ka ba maging relevant? Hindi naman din kasi doon sa mga bagay na alam mo, pero paano mo ma-translate yung alam mo para maging applicable, para maging useful sa environment, sa buhay ng mga tao, sa buhay ng mga pamilya, sa buhay ng organisasyon that I am part of. And how can that be relevant to the church, to the Philippine church, to the universal church? You can only understand all of the things happening around us if you also get in touch with the people around you, with the people that yung masasabi nilang nasa laylayan, mga bagay, mga tao na ordinary mga tao. And in that way, the things that you do will become relevant. I think relevance is a very important principle in what we do as lay missionaries. Being a lay missionary for Corpus Christi gave me an opportunity to have a global family. Sabi ko sa asawa ko, kung may mangyari man, kung sa gabi ay nasiraan tayo ng sasakyan, hindi ako kakabahan kasi kailangan ko na maghanap ng bahay na mayroong CFC sticker, kakatok ako, at alam ko kung sino man yung magbubukas at malaman yung Corpus Christi member ako, papatuloyin nila ako sa bahay nila. Masaya ako sa ginagawa ko because through this community, I met Maan, my wife, na siya ang konkretong manifestation ng pagmahal ng Panginoon sa akin, awa ng Panginoon sa akin, at ang kabaitan ng Panginoon para sa akin. So whenever I see my wife, for the past 14 years and more years to come, nagpapasalamat ako sa Panginoon kasi mahal niya talaga ako. Pangatlo, yung nakwento ko nga kanina na nakapagtapos po ko ng Masters in Theology, which I never thought of. Hindi ko naman na-imagine talaga mag-aral mag-take up ng Masters in Theology. Pero papasalamat ako na nakapagtapos ako. More than that, because nakapagtapos po ako ng Masters in Theology with Latin honors. Siguro sa lahat ng ginagawa ko sa Couples for Christ, in the highs and the lows, isa lang po ang laging constant, ang laging consistent. That God is always there. That in my highs, in my joys, in my victories, in all good things, God is there. But especially even in my lowest lows, in times of confusion, times na pagod na ako, times na nakakainis, times na confused, God is also there. Walang pinagbago. Kung nandoon siya sa mga highs ko, lalong nandoon siya sa mga lowest lows ko. At hindi siya umalis. Hindi man lang siya nawala sa paningin ko. Alam ko na dyan siya. Constant. For the past 41 years and the next 41 years of Couples for Christ and more, I think and I always believe that the gift of presence is essential in the things that we do. Presence in such a way that when we are there with people, even if we do not speak, the mere fact that they know that we are there, then they feel that God is present with them. May we always be present. Be present to ourselves, be present to our loved ones, especially our children and our spouse. But most of all, let's also be present to strangers, those people who need God the most. Happy anniversary, Couples for Christ. Siya ni Ruel Aguirre, may isang misyonaryo, di Couples for Christ.